Hi, welcome to the Recovery Daily podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Abasi, and I have a frog in my throat. I'm a grateful recovering alcoholic and stroke survivor. So today I was reminded of what a drink can lead me to, what I'm capable of if I were to drink. And it's important for me to be reminded of that on a regular basis, honestly, because it keeps me further away from it. Um, I heard this morning in my meeting, I'm as happy today as I make my mind up to be. I'm going to be happy as I make my mind up to be. I can choose to be happy today. And it doesn't mean that I don't ignore, it doesn't mean that I ignore, sorry, that was two negatives. It doesn't mean that I ignore what's going on in my life, but it means that I take the actions to go down the happy path. And one thing I decided today that will lead me down the happy path today is to do an hour of yoga. And that's what I'm going to do. Just for today, I'm going to do an hour of yoga. Um, when I let my dogs out of their dens, their crates, when I let them out of their dens in the morning, it's getting harder and harder to get up off of the ground. And I'm thinking, I have a whole half of a life still to live. And I don't want things to start being difficult now. At least do what I can. So, you guys know I've been talking about it for over a year that I want to get back into yoga. And I think what this is an example of is just continuing to try. Um, and yes, I get discouraged with myself, but I feel like I'm gonna do it. I do. I feel like I'm eventually gonna get back to doing it every day. And that's huge. And I don't know if that's healthy for me to have a goal of doing yoga every day. Why don't I have a goal for doing yoga once a week? I don't know. It's like zero to hero. That's what I am all the time. But I don't know, that's how I roll. So I'm gonna continue to keep encouraging myself, not beating myself up for not doing it, but encouraging myself to do it. And we'll see where I end up. So far I've I've gotten on the mat a few times a month, I think, which is better than none. So I need to celebrate that. So I'm going to do it today. I'm going to do yoga today. And I'm looking forward to it. I actually had bought this, I would not wear it in public, yoga outfit. It's like a yoga onesie, shorts. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of those wrestling outfits that the men wear, only it has a full top to it. Yeah. So or I guess it's like a bathing suit, only it's shorts. So, but it makes yoga really comfortable when I wear it when I do yoga. So, I bought it for myself to have something to like look forward to wearing, something new. It's always fun to wear something new. So that's what I'm going to do today. And these thoughts about the reading today was about remembering the last drunk. And it was from the book Living Sober. And what it said was that when we think about our last drink, it's a little different than remembering our last drunk. When I think of a drink, I have good memories. Just when I think of that glass, the cold, glass with your beverage of choice inside it, I don't have anything negative to associate to that glass. So that that terminology of romancing the drink, that's what I'm doing. I'm remembering how it felt to drink it. I'm remembering how refreshing it was on a hot day. Um, but I'm not playing the tape forward. I'm not thinking about the drunk that was associated with my last drink. I shared this morning that my last drunk was about 8 months long. I did not get sober and then drink at night. I drank through the 24-hour period. The least amount of alcohol I had in my body at any time during the last 8 months of drinking was right when I woke up from passing out. So, um, if I were to fall asleep at 4 in the morning and then woke up at 7 to go to work. 7 o'clock a.m. was the least amount of alcohol I had in my body. But as soon as I woke up, I would start drinking again, even though I had an hour and a half drive to work. It was very dangerous what I was doing, and I'm very grateful um, that I have a bunch of not yets still in my story, and I'm hoping that I continue to have a bunch of not yets. Because if I were to pick up a drink again, I know that those not yets would turn into memories, and I don't want that to happen. Um, I heard somebody say this morning, which I hear a lot. Um, Quitting drinking was when what I what the next thing that I had to lose became more important than the booze. That's when I quit. Um, but I have to remember the consequences of the drink. Um, the cost of that beverage is not just a financial burden. It is my life. The cost of a drink is my life because a drink is going to turn into a drunk. Um, I do feel like lately I have been I think I've been romanticizing drinking a little bit more lately. Um, I think it's I, because I'm uncomfortable with where I am in my life. Um, I make the decisions every day about what I'm going to do with my day, and that helps me to stay away from um, that mind that doesn't have anything to do, that travels to places that aren't comfortable for me, dangerous places. That's when I romanticize the drink, when my thinker is at rest, you know, because my thinker never really rests. If I don't give it something to think about, it's going to think about things without my making a choice about it. And it tends to think about memories of drinking, not memories of my drunk, memories of drinking. Um, Things are hard right now. They're hard for me. If I were to compare myself to other people who had a stroke, things aren't very hard. There are people that are learning to walk again. A friend of mine said that he recommended my podcast to a friend of his because he's recovering from a stroke and is now learning to walk again. Um, I think about how hard that is. How easy is it for me to decide I'm going to do yoga today? Yes, there are visual challenges with it. Um, and I don't want to dismiss that I do have challenges and pain, but I can make a decision to do some sort of physical activity today. And it's a lot easier for me than it is for somebody who lost the capability of moving an entire half of their body, you know? Um, so I do have to remain grateful again, but I do want to start yoga, and I'm just going to keep that option open and not beat myself up on days that I don't do it. Um, I keep wanting to be like, Rachel, get your shit together and just do it, and push myself. But hi, Autumn. Hello. She's like, who are you talking to? And she's smelling my coffee breath. I want to just yell at myself to get my shit together. I don't know why I have that line in my head. I think my mom, I feel like my mom said that to me during the end of my drinking when I was like stuck in my bed and running to the bathroom to dry heave and stuff. I feel like she came over and she was like, Rachel, you need to get your shit together. So it's just something that has always stayed with me. Um, Without drinking, I have become the person that I always wanted to be. And oh, sorry, Autumn is being obnoxious right now. Um, and sorry, if you're looking at the video, she's being crazy. Leave me alone. Hold on. Sit, stay, wait. Let's see if she does that. Um, I've become the person that I always wanted to be before I had my stroke. You know, I have to figure out how to become um, the person another person I always wanted to be. When I look at people like my sister who homeschooled her kids and was a stay-at-home mother and everything, I look at that and I think there are times that I always wanted to be that. And I'm saying before my stroke, it wasn't very much earlier than my stroke where I actually was thinking that same thing. I was thinking, wouldn't it be nice to have that life where I focus on different things. I'm not, my life is every down moment I have, I'm not focused on a company and the growth of a company. Instead, I'm thinking about the growth of my family and the growth of things that I enjoy in my life. It's a different way to look at life. It's a different way to do life. And before my stroke, I thought about that. And I thought, well, that would never happen for me. And look, this is what I'm doing. I'm spending my life now looking at what I enjoy and thinking about the growth of myself as a human being, the growth of my kids, the growth of my relationships. So I am becoming another person I always wanted to be. And that's exciting to think about. I hadn't actually thought about that until right now, from that angle. So today I have choices. I have decisions that I get to make, not decisions that I have to make. I have decisions that I get to make. My mind was very warped when I was drinking. I didn't believe that I had any choices, zero choices. Even if I was sick, I felt like I had to go to work. I didn't feel the choices of taking care of myself. And I have that now. My life was so unmanageable before because I wasn't allowed to decide anything. It was like my life had already been decided for me. Today, I have the freedom to make choices. And my decision today is to choose yoga. Okay? Choose yoga. That's all I have for you today. I'm knitting. Oh, I'm crocheting something. I was about to say what it was, but I'm not allowed because it's a Christmas present for somebody. Um, and that person might be listening. So I'm crocheting a gift for somebody I love so much in my whole entire life the most. I'm getting to do some exercise to focus on my well-being. Um, Last night, my husband got me a Christmas present. It showed up at the door and he was like telling me to go get it. And I was like, you just don't want to go down there and get it. It was for me. That's why it was a Christmas present for me. So it was called a stuffers or something. Anyway, it's a waffle maker where you put stuff inside it. So you can make like waffles with like you pour the batter and then you can put on top and like sausage on top with some cheese and then you pour more batter on top. Then you close it and flip it, and it's like a waffle sandwich. So, I'm excited. That's what I'm going to do today. Also, that'll give me lots of energy for my yoga. And I'm just going to think positive today and recognize how beautiful life is without the drink. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.